3, 2, 1.
All right, today we're here at Sunbelt Rental Solar Solutions. We're going to be doing testing and tuning on a BV17 with a M12 bobtail. So these are pretty simple. I have another video that shows you how to clean all this, take care of that, maintain it. But today we're going to show you how to adjust it and the functionality of the tool. So right off the bat, if you do not have this piece on, the tool will never work, ever. It has a safety switch back here that allows it to work. I get nothing. You gotta put this on, make sure it's on there snug, and it'll work. A lot of people love to use this as a hammer. I suggest not to, along with the battery. It is not a hammer. Tools are very expensive. So this one came from the factory. This one's brand new. They're always set to 100 on the pull force. 100 won't do anything that we need to do here on solar projects for Nextracker. So I like to start around 450 on these. I already have this one preset to 450. So our goal here today is we want to be able to put this in here, right? As it's, and the nut is just for testing purposes. I'm simulating the metal that we're swaging in the field, whether it be the pile, the BHA, whatever. That's the only reason the nut's there. Otherwise the tool might run out of stroke and not hit all these dimples. The goal is to have all these little dimples. Can you see that? You see these little dimples here? The nose is going to hit those and crush them. So it's not going to crush them completely flat, but it's going to put a little, it's going to like cut it in half. So you're going to see a little, a lot of shiny silver coming off them, okay? And then this actual sleeve will probably change colors just due to the sheer force of it crushing it, okay? And I'm not positive on how many dimples it is for helmet to say that it's a full swage. The odds of you not getting all 6, slim to none, but it's 2 to 3 dimples from what I'm told to get a full swage per the manufacturer of the fastener. Okay, so what we're gonna do here today is I'm gonna put this in here. The goal is for me to pull the trigger and not let go, okay? I want this tool to go all the way down, hit its mark, and then come back, not popping, not making any crazy noises, not ripping the teeth off the fastener, and then we should have a nice full swage down here at the bottom. So we're gonna try it. I just set it to 450 just as a test. If it doesn't work, we're gonna do some adjusting. So. As you noted, my finger never came off the trigger. It went all the way down and it hit every mark. So every single one of these has a little hash mark in it. And that's what we want, okay? So let's just say, I'm gonna adjust it down and I'll show you how to adjust this here in a minute. Let's say you get one it doesn't fully swage. So I'm gonna bump this down to 250. And we're going to do it again. And it's probably not going to fully swage this fastener. But this is what I want to show you, that where people mess up. And I get it. If you lose your footing, you let go of the trigger, you're already halfway through, the tool retracts, okay? Now you have a fastener that's halfway swaged, and you go to hit it again, you take the chances of popping these teeth and popping the rivet, therefore destroying the fastener and the rivet, okay? So what we want to do, I'm going to see how far it goes down, and then we're going to simulate, hey, I slipped or let go of the trigger and now I got to start over again. So let's see how far it goes. Halfway, right? So now we need to do it again. Now we're already halfway. The goal for this tool is to run fast halfway and then crawl the last half. So I'm going to bump it up now. Just a little bit. We're going to set it to 450. So now what's going to happen is the tool's going to go really fast. And if I don't pay attention and let go of the trigger, it's going to try and pop and rip it off. So this is what I'm thinking it'll do. It's not positive, but we're going to try it, okay? Just for simulation. Oh, so it did well. It didn't do it, right? Which is a good thing. We still got a full swage. Like I told you earlier, it changes the color of this. It turns shiny, okay? So that's what you want. That's a good swage. It didn't do what I wanted to do, but it's fine, okay? If you hear this thing pop, if you hear popping in the field, especially on an X-Tracker site, this is not like old school hydraulic stuff where if you heard popping, that means production was going on and all that stuff. Sorry. If you heard popping on tubes, that means production was happening. Guys are working. That's a good thing. If you hear it with these tools in the field, with HUCK and BOBTAILs, the new BOBTAIL, you have issues, right? We have tools that are set too high. We have teeth that are messed up. That's not what you want to hear out there in the field. You'll get a bunch of half HUCKs. You'll get a bunch of half swages on BOBTAILs, and then everything will start to fall apart, okay? Which is not what we want. I do have seen people that they think the row is hucked, because if you tighten all these by hand and you got 4 and 6 on each pile and you go to move it, yeah, it's snug, right? But in 3 months, then the whole tube and everything falls off because nothing was hucked, right? So it's kind of hard to tell the colors, which X-Tracker, they use silver collars, silver pins. It's even harder to tell. This is, at least is black, so it goes from a dull black to a shiny black. But at that same time, I'm seeing a lot of people come back and mark these with paint pens to show that they've actually been swaged, just to eliminate this issue across the board for their QC guys, okay? So now that we've gotten through all that, we did the full swage, we got that. So now I'm gonna show you how to adjust this tool. Tristan, I don't know if you can get in here, buddy. You got a good focus on it. So what we're gonna do is, this one's set at 450. You're gonna hold this button, it's gonna blink, okay? This button over here is going to change your numbers, your numerical numbers, right? Up and down, 1 through 9. Okay, this one's gonna scroll between the 3 digits. So let's say we wanted to make the change. Let's say we're gonna go down or up, right? So now we're at what, 558? If you pull the trigger while this is still blinking, it will not save that setting. So it goes right back to 450. So you gotta hold it. Let's adjust it up to 500. There's 550. Hold this button again. Now it's saved. Now your pressure is set, okay? So this tool is a force-based tool, not a stroke tool. So Stanley guns, the smaller ones are a stroke, where it's a full force power the whole time, and it's based on a stroke limiter. These are based on full stroke, based on a pull force, so it knows when to stop via all the electronics that are in here. Great tool. We recommend it. I recommend them on everybody's job now, especially if they can use them versus the hydraulic. Hydraulic's kind of a thing in the past, but great tool. Do your adjustments. Like I said, if you have any problems, any issues, you can call me. My name is Ricky. I'm with Sunbelt Rental Solar Solutions. My number is 904-629-9136. If I don't answer, just shoot me a text. Let me know your name, number, the issue you may be having. We have all the parts for these. We carry in stock most of the internal parts, so if you own your own and you got to fix them, we can get you those squared away too. Always have consumables on hand, on stock all the time. One thing I will note on this tool as well, they do come with these eyelets, okay? So the eyelet is great, and it comes with a strap, and you can put it in there and hang it. And a lot of people, they like to carry it, whatever. Most people in the field just like to use it to hang on a pile if they're tired or done with it for a little while. Treat the gun like it's your own. Don't stick it in the dirt. Be mindful of this. Very expensive stuff for your teams to have in the field. Obviously, you're trusting them with it. But on these, this piece that this screws in is actually the rear bearing housing of this entire ball screw assembly that's in here. So if you drop this with that on there, it will crack that aluminum bearing assembly and therefore possibly tear up the ball screw and everything else. Ball screws are over $4,000. It's almost half the cost of the tool. So just be mindful for these. Do not over tighten this. We just put them on here hand tight for that reason, because it's aluminum. You can put a screwdriver in here and twist on it, and yeah, it'll break it. So hand tight, it's good to go. If you have any questions, like I said, give me a call, and thank you for watching.